Jumped out the gate all early. Welcome to Babylon Central. Y'all might know it as DC, or where Obama's about to move out of, you know what I mean?
React Radio, hello and welcome to La Pop in LaDroit Park. I am Tia Kane, owner of Artbox DC, and I'd like to introduce you to our artist program for this installation. Here you can see Louis the Valet's installation. These two pieces are from a Troublemaker collection. This is a Nelson Mandela piece, and this is his iconic MLK piece, and today we are celebrating the MLK holiday. And then this is from Louis's newest collection, the Misty Copeland. This piece is called April's Blossom. So we should look forward to seeing more development within this collection of Misty Copeland. In this one we have React Radio, and we've got a cube that is used at various events for different functions. So we just get some close-ups of famous words from MLK. And then on the wall here we've got a native artist, Picasso, who was commissioned by React Radio to produce this piece, and who is also very well known on the music scene with actually creating live installations on stage during music performances. So now here on this wall we've got a piece by Sadria Muhammad, Creative Junkie, and Sadria is playing around with social environments and materials and found objects. She invites individuals to come and engage with her in Silver Spring for these art social events where people are able to create their own creative expression through found objects and materials that Sadria provides per event. We've also got a piece here on the wall from JEN Photography. This is a born and raised gentleman in Baltimore and now a native Washingtonian. So he's very well known for his portraiture and landscape photography. And we've got a vast array of different photography on the walls here to sort of show his depth and scope when it comes to his creativity.
Oh, I was there for this one. I know this little boy. This was in front of the Trump Hotel.
Oh, that's a really good one.
That boy looking serious.
Yeah, it's got a really great sort of wide spectrum of work here on the walls. And of course, the iconic MLK Memorial there. And this is something in Washington, D.C. We've got a picture, obviously, of another MLK during the cherry blossom season in Washington, D.C., the Memorial Grounds. It's a very popular photograph. Georgia Avenue Day piece. We are, native Washingtonians remember the famous Georgia Avenue Day that was merged with the Caribbean Festival and then now moved to Baltimore. This is a beautiful piece of the Williamsburg Bridge. And then today we have an installation by Tatiana. So this is a cultural resistance from the upcoming inauguration. Tatiana has some very strong statements to make about how she sees America today. So we're very excited to have her here with us. Thank you so much. It's great. I love it. Alright.
So my name is Tatiana Fazlalizadeh. I'm an artist based in Brooklyn, New York, originally from Oklahoma City. And this project that we're seeing behind me is called America is Black. And America is Black is a series of portraits that are reflecting the voices and the faces of people who are resisting the bigotry, the racism, the sexism, and the hate that has been normalized, even more so because of our incoming president. After the election on November 9th, I, like a lot of people, was mad and sad and kind of heartbroken and really confused, but really motivated to do something. I've been doing work in social justice and activism in my artwork for years now. But after the election, I felt even more of a push to do more. I knew that there was work to do, but I felt like I needed to do more. So I decided to talk to some of my friends. I decided to talk to some of the brilliant people of color that I know in my community of Brooklyn, New York, and asked them how they were feeling, what were they thinking, what were they doing, what were their plans, and just wanted to provide them with a space, and a safe space, to talk openly and freely about how they were feeling. Out of those conversations, I shot their photographs and interviewed them, and I asked them, what do you want to say about yourself in the context of this political climate? I think a lot of people, especially for myself, were feeling that the only way this could have happened was because people were embracing the racism, the sexism, and the bigotry that Trump was spewing, the rhetoric, the ideas, the normalization that people who were others from white, male, Christian, straight, weren't welcome. And that this was their country and that anyone else was just an other who wasn't really a part of it. So this project is a pushback on that. This project is saying, no, we are Black, we are queer, we are migrant, we are native to this country, we are Muslim, we are everything, and we are here, we have been here. It's not like America has been white since its creation. That's not true at all. Black people built this country, Native people were here first, so it's never really been this white male country. So this idea of who an American is and what an American is just untrue. And so this project is pushing back on that, it's resisting that, it's resisting this normalization and this acceptance of hatred and bigotry and sexism and racism and xenophobia through the lens of people who are actually American, who are have something to say about it. So that's what this work is. We have 4 portraits here, myself, my friend Jess, my friend Don, and this collaborative piece here. So America is Black is the name of this series. I'll be doing a mural about it on U Street on Friday and taking this work around the country. I'm Tatiana Feslali-Zadeh, and America is Black. We are not going to give this country up to Donald Trump and his racist followers. So this is We Act Radio. Do something.
Welcome to La Pop here on 302 and 304 Florida Avenue. We're here tonight celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday in a very joyous and festive occasion. We have a lot of special people in the house tonight, and we're glad that We Act Radio is here, bringing it live to you at your home or your business or your iPad, your laptop. Thanks for tuning in to us. And we have some special journalists today that are going to ask me some questions, but let me ask you a question. What you doing today to celebrate Dr. King's birthday? Are you providing community service, family service, personal service? It's a day of service and a day of celebration. Thank you for tuning in.
Of course, the iconic Let Freedom Sing. This is a piece by the client T Street Development, who was the owner of the property, who has allowed us to set up Le Pop, our pop-up gallery in LaDroit Park.
I'm Annalise. I like supporting local art, and I saw this on the way on the street, so
I'm Kurt. Thank you.
We are Dr. Martin Luther King's dream.
We're at La Pop art exhibit, a pop-up exhibit that has been curated by Tia and others across the city to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday. Someone asked, what was the relationship between Martin Luther King and the arts? Well, guess what? It was a very strong and effective relationship. He had artists, musicians, actors, and other talented people with him during the civil rights movement. They carried the message to the masses. And actually, we celebrate the national holiday today for Martin Luther King's birthday because of the artists that helped advocate the creation of the national holiday. Who can not remember Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday to Ya, Happy Birthday to Ya? When he wrote that song, it energized the masses to lobby, write petitions, demonstrate for the Martin Luther King holiday that we celebrate today. Stevie Wonder is one of the greatest artists of all time, but also Gil Scott-Heron was behind the creation of the Martin Luther King holiday. Diana Ross showed up here in DC on a snowy afternoon to support the holiday. And then when we did get the holiday, we had a great, massive concert at the Kennedy Center. But Dr. King had artists and musicians working with him. Harry Belafonte, still with us at the age of 90, was one of Martin Luther King's closest friends. He brought Paul Newman and Joan Baez and others all around the country to support the civil rights movement. Sammy Davis Jr., who was one of the guys that was in the Rat Pack, he was a supporter of Dr. Martin Luther King. Many others. Maya Angelou, a poet of notoriety, wrote prose and articles and poems for the civil rights movement over the time. Of course, you had the Chamber Brothers, you had Marvin Gaye, you had the Temptations. Change is going to come. So the art and civil rights come together to form a positive coalition that cannot be beaten. Thanks for tuning in to We Act Radio.
So this is Creation Rebel, Sydney Buffalo, a native Washingtonian, first female graduating class of St. John's. Creation Rebel does found and repurposed objects, and she also does digital experiences. If we travel this way, we can see her repurposed chairs. Sydney has a very intricate heat transfer process, very talented. So obviously, found and repurposed objects. The chairs were found, and she repurposed them with fabric and some other materials. They created a really great color palette.
This is a new segment that we're producing here at Le Pop, the new pop event space here on 302 and 304 Florida Avenue Northwest. It's an energized community, so we want to have the young people that are the next generation to come and be involved with this art studio and the activities here today. We have some very smart guys that want to ask some questions online. Please turn your attention to our first questioner.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
Khalil, what's your name?
Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Khalil.
So, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Why did people support Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. instead of us for him fighting for our civil rights?
You say the question is, why did people support Martin Luther King for our fight for civil rights? Because it was the right thing to do. Because it was in our Constitution that every man and woman has a right to vote, has a right to be a citizen of the United States, has the equal rights to go to school, ride transportation, the bus boycott, and go and get a good education like you did. So it was the right thing to do, but it was also a political thing to do. It had to work with Congress, it had to work with the White House, and that was difficult because of the polarization of political thought in America. But as the moral compass of people in their heart, they know what's right. So he kept preaching from a platform of spirituality and truth. And when you have truth and spirituality and a massive group of people doing the right thing, you can change America, you can change this world.
Okay, thank you.
All right, nice question. Thank you.
Le Pop and LeDroit Park will run between January 16th and the 22nd. Please come back if you can and join us on January 20th. Tatiana will be here in person taking interviews and showing more of her program and the installation that we see here on the wall, which is a cultural resistance to the current inauguration.
This week starts with Dr. King's birthday on Sunday, but it ends with Donald Trump's inauguration over this coming weekend. So from Martin Luther King to President Trump, stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us at La Pop in LaDroit Park. Coming to you live from WEAC Radio. Do something.
Rest in peace, Chuck Brown. He created the temple of the sound of my city that I'm reppin'. No taxation without representation ain't a question. Last, on behalf of DC, let me be clear. Donald Trump, you're not welcome here.
What my state of mind is. What my state of mind is. DC. They ask me what my state of mind is.
What's your state of mind?
DC.
DC.
They ask me what my state of mind is.